I feel like he's going to have to win in tremendous fashion to get the victory.
How do you?
I know you brought Snac before. What kind of edge do you think they give to an athlete?
I don't foresee say it's the edge. I think it's the fighter. Everybody's different. You know, everybody's program is different on Snac. You know, I just use certain things with Snac that other people don't, or they do. So, you know, it is what it is.
ZMA is a supplement marketed towards athletes, gymnasts, and bodybuilders. It was developed by Victor Conte, founder of Balco Laboratories. No high-quality scientific study has found it to have any beneficial effects on muscle building or strength. The International Society of Sports Nutrition and the Australian Institute of Sport regard it as having no clear benefits. So if ZMA has no real benefits whatsoever, then what purpose does it serve to its athletes? It seems as though Snac is a cover-up to the steroids and Victor Conte is back to his old devious ways. One would think, with Terence Crawford newfound popularity and fame, he can now find a better brand to sponsor him.
Do you not feel any shame?
No, I do not. And I'm gonna go back and say it again. It's not cheating if everyone's doing it. First step here for the world of sport is to acknowledge that there is a massive problem that exists, and it's existed for 50 years. You know, everybody has created a monster, so to speak, and now it's time to kill the monster and try to start over.
Wow. Martin, with so many of them using drugs, then I see why Conte says they should start over, but what's that mean? Because I assume they'll keep inventing designer drugs faster than the testers can detect them.
I've said this myself before, that, you know, it's not cheating if everyone's doing it, where it probably is, because it's a level playing field. It's just not the one everyone thought it was.
Right. And is that what's going on right now in professional sports?
You know, it's...
Is it possible to have athletes that you see today in professional sports without performance-enhancing drugs? Is it possible just through, you know, the natural selection of big athletic people dating big athletic people and making big athletic kids?
No question, there are athletes that have broke world records and won Olympic gold medals and done it naturally. Absolutely, that can happen.
But those are freaks.
They're genetic freaks.
There's not that many of them.
There's not that many of them.
And then there's guys like Armstrong that might be a freak, and it looks like he was doing something. Like, didn't they say Lance Armstrong has an abnormally large heart? You know, like he processes blood better than the average person does, just naturally and genetically.
It's like Usain Bolt, and he's got all these gifts. But, you know, I'm highly suspicious that not only he's on drugs, but most of the track athletes that are on the Jamaican island are on drugs.
What are they on? If you had to guess.
If I had to guess, 7 or 8 different drugs. My sense is that, well, let me back up and put this in perspective. Have you heard the name Memo Heredia?
No.
Memo is his nickname. It's actually Angel Heredia. In the Balco case, this is the guy. There were 2 people that were at the very top of the food chain. Angel was one of them. He was a discus thrower from Texas A&M, and he was the supplier for Trevor Graham and Marion Jones and Tim Montgomery and the Sprint Capital Group that was in Raleigh, North Carolina, that won a whole bunch of Olympic gold medals and so on. They ended up indicting Trevor, Marion's coach, for lying to a federal agent. This guy came and testified against Trevor, and he got leniency in exchange for that. So he never got any consequence whatsoever. He was the guy making all the money. He was at the top of the food chain. He was the main dealer. Well, he now works with Juan Manuel Marquez, who's fighting Manny Pacquiao next.
Yeah, I saw that. People were very suspicious.
He changed his name, if you remember, all of a sudden, and I'm the one that saw him on HBO 24/7. I said, oh, my God, that's Memo, and his real name is Heredia, and all of a sudden it was Angel Hernandez. So he changed his name and thought nobody would recognize him, and of course, and so the word is in the streets.
So you threw him under the bus.
Is that he's working with the Jamaican athletes. He's said as much in UK interviews, and I know somebody who saw him after Usain Bolt ran 9:69 and did everything they did in Beijing at the Olympics, at the World Championships the following year. So, point is
it possible that this guy is just doing it legally now, and that's why none of his people are testing positive. Juan Manuel Marquez, no, impossible.
No, because
You're
they don't
laughing?
have any testing. What testing is Juan Manuel Marquez doing?
I don't know. I mean, didn't he get tested in Vegas?
Well, that's about tapering off and just, you have to be dumb. That's IQ testing. That's not drug testing.